Oh, Acclaim, hello. It's been a while.
Yeah, indeed.
What happened to you, man? I didn't see you in years.
So me and Anza are back, and we're going to try recording something new today called Shadow Man, a really amazing action-adventure, sort of Zelda-like game from 1999. So it was made by Acclaim, and this is one of my favorites from a few years ago. I should say many years ago, because it's been a while since I played it. I don't know what to say about this one other than to just sort of dive in and just show you. It's actually got a lot in common with the Kiss game, so maybe it'll be appealing to the same crowd. We'll see. But this one isn't ridiculous. Well, I mean, it's a little ridiculous in terms of, like, there's a snake made of skeleton parts that talks to you with a top hat, but the story is actually quite cool.
Dude, that's not ridiculous. That's badass.
So I left the subtitles on.
Good.
And that way we can kind of talk over it and people can read it if they feel like it. But this story takes you to a lot of different places. We get to go to, like, the land of the dead and figure out all kinds of voodoo stuff. We get to go to the worlds of a bunch of different serial killers at one point. We get to collect all sorts of MacGuffins, which are actually souls stuck in pieces of meat that we get to explode. It's like Mario 64 also, but super dark and a little bit harder to control.
Ah. By the way, this intro looked like the intro in Jericho, only better. You know, when the guy talks and like there's like this blob of pus and flesh. Well, this game was going for that too. Oh, Legion! I love Legion.
Yeah, it hits all the right notes with the evil stuff, and there's a lot of actually like well thought out stuff going on in this.
My God, what are you that you can produce such things from thin air?
Merely an explorer, much like yourself.
It's a little hard to take the hugely blocky graphics seriously at this point, but I'm just going to sort of suspend my disbelief and let it just be the way it is and not judge it.
Yeah. The animations are not so bad though.
Well, at least they bothered to make their mouths move, which, you know, in 1999 they didn't do all the time.
Yeah. Wasn't this game on the Nintendo 64 too?
Yes, it was on N64, PC, and Dreamcast, and maybe PS1.
I'm pretty sure it was ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
To create an immortal army to punish and cleanse this pathetic world.
So you play as basically this guy that's in charge of the Mask of the Dead or something like that, and it's actually like stitched into his chest. He's in a lineage of people who have had this ability to commune with spirits and transcend, you know, the living world to the dead world. And he's supposed to sort of keep all this crazy stuff in check that's going on. So that's the majority of your quest, is tracking down these, like, corrupted souls and getting them out of the hands of evil people.
Okay.
Amen to that.
Oh, this blood is drying fast. Russian blood, 100% alcohol, goes away instantly.
Must be really hard to sleep next to a dude with glowing blue eyes.
Just stares at you constantly. No.
It also must be really uncomfortable, because she probably, like, rubs against his nasty, like, bone chest thing that's sticking out of him. Well, you could take that in two ways, but yeah, I meant the skull thing on his ribs, not the other bone thing.
Yeah, I actually got that.
Okay.
Oh, it shines too. It's
Yeah,
like,
he's like freaking Nightman. You can just see everything.
you know, they're like sleeping and stuff, and the guy is like, "Honey, please don't put your fingers there. It makes squishy noises. It's annoying."
Who's talking to who in this case? The lady. Okay, the lady's talking to him.
Well, both of them actually, it fits.
They both have squishy things on them.
But let's not go there. The fans, they are too young.
That's probably true.
Bunch of 13 years old not playing Call of Duty because of us. Let's not fuck them up.
Or let's. We'll see how bored we get.
Yeah.
Not even the ancient protectors of the dark souls could destroy it.
So even though this game is super old, I actually didn't have too much trouble getting it to run, surprisingly, on Windows 7. I didn't have to set any compatibility modes or anything, I just sort of let it go and it went. Had a lot of trouble setting up the controller with it, but that's a separate story, and that's not entirely their fault. I don't think they were expecting to have to support 360 controllers, you know, 12 years in the future.
Yeah, but now that it's done, it's not like Kiss, where the problem is gonna come back over and over again.
Well, I hope. I haven't honestly played it yet for very long on the PC, so we're gonna see if this holds up.
I'm gonna jinx you until the end of the earth.
I certainly hope you don't. I do not want any more of that mouse or key blocking down crap.
Just a bone in Nettie's master plan. She moves me in mysterious ways.
She moves me in mysterious ways.
Yeah,
oh boy.
We already covered that.
It's like they're not even trying. I'm sorry for making fun of one of your favorite games, but
perfectly fine. If we don't have fun with it, it's not going to be interesting for anybody.
True.
Everything I get, every bad thing that comes my way. Can't live, can't die.
I'm actually intrigued at how the gameplay will actually run.
Oh yeah, it's the cutscenes are done in just a second. But if I can make fun of XCOM, then you can certainly make fun of Shadow Man, and we'll be fine.
Oh yes.
And then we'll both come together and play Legacy of Kain and not make fun of that.
At least in that game, they have eyeballs. In XCOM, it's non-existent. They have like a huge forehead and 2 holes. That's it. No eyes.
Nice.
Fuck that.
Alright, so we're actually in the game proper now. And there's these little red guys here that we gotta collect tons of in each area. They're like your coins to your Mario 64 situation.
Yeah.
And then there's several other systems of collectibles that we have to be invested in looking for, but those don't all come up right away. And then eventually we start to get powers, and then it turns into sort of a proper Metroidvania platformer with some really cool story and stuff. So this is one of these souls, the corrupted souls that I mentioned before. I think they call those Govy. And you actually need to be able to blast them open, and right now I don't have the ability to do that, so it just looks like a decoration.
Huh.
And the souls are basically what locks you from one point of the hub world to the next, so you'll need certain amounts of them to open up gates that let you into the next area to proceed. And there's a fair bit of backtracking, and a whole bunch of different items and abilities that you get that let you go into more places that you couldn't reach before.
So it's like Stars, but the Soul Reaver kind of Stars.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I was saying
nice.
It's sort of like a dark Mario 64, because Coins and Stars, they sort of have their own analogs in this. And they did
Shadow
make
mushrooms and shit.
Yeah, there's no mushrooms, but this is one of the few games that I've played that doesn't have mushrooms, at least lately. They did make a sequel to this game. It was awful. Don't play it. It was really rushed and completely unfinished, and you could tell right away. Like, there's a whole bunch of areas in the hub world that they had gates for, but they just crumbled rocks in front of them. I was really pissed at that. That game could have been amazing, but they totally blew it. So we're not going to talk about that one again after this, but I just wanted to mention.
Okay. The game so far makes me think of Tomb Raider.
Yeah, well, it's got that feeling too. I mean, it's a platformer as well as an adventure, so it's got some definitely Tomb Raider stuff. I forgot how to interact with this. I think I have to hit action, maybe? Or maybe I can just jump. There we go.
When I'm sorry. When I'm gonna see the combat, I'm gonna tell you which game ripped this game off. I will. For now, I'm going for Castlevania Curse of Darkness, but we never know.
Well, it's got guns, mostly.
Oh, okay. Hello, Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, there's not a lot of melee. I mean, you do get a couple items, I think, later on that are more melee-oriented, but the majority of the game is guns. And you use, like, real-world guns for the real-world sections, and then you have this awesome chargeable, like, Mega Buster for the Dark World Spirit sections.
Eat.
Made it.
Whole bunch of doggies sitting there. Hopefully they're nice doggies and they don't want to bite me. But if they do,
it's alright, man. They smell you.
Don't bite me, doggies. They're growling.
These dogs ain't. Oh,
what's he doing?
never mind.
I think they might be really dumb. So that's fine with me. Excuse me.
See, you can't beat shit up yet.
No, I have no ability to use my arms, unfortunately. I can grab stuff.
Arms! I don't get it! What is this?
Is it this thing? I always forget how I get in here the first time. No, that's like an altar you gotta put stuff on. Mausoleums. I'll just hit action a lot. Oh, maybe I should actually try the door, huh?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pretty ghetto-looking doors, but it's okay.
Nettie?
Hey there, Mike. Glad you could make it.
How could I refuse your offer? How could I ever refuse?
This girl looks like a bitch, by the way.
You can't. I'm simply irresistible. I hope you read the file I
Just
gave
saying.
and read it real well. Between
Oh, Nettie? You think she looks like a bitch?
You got that
Well,
stuff?
she moves like one, but
On the way
you know.
over here, I got
Yeah,
to
she's
think
sort of a
about
seductress
these
at the
dark
beginning, but
souls.
she's actually, she plays a pretty important role in the game, and as far as I remember, I think she's not.
because that's impossible.
Okay.
Their power is their
Never mind
immortality.
then.
If evil ever manages to implant these immortal souls into its monstrous slaves, can you imagine the carnage an immortal, unbeatable army would bring to the
I don't have to imagine that.
That's
Yeah, we're gonna
all
see it
you
firsthand.
Shadowrun.
That's
the end.
Apocalypse.
Okay. So I really got to get to the Dark Souls before the bad guy. I understand that, but
I love how they really
I
spell it
find
out
them?
for us, just so we don't have to worry if we weren't paying attention.
Each story has been sealed by the
Yeah,
most
Govey, that's what they're
powerful
called.
voodoo. Not even the greatest Bokor or
So
the
collect
Mambo
all the
can
stars
open the
and
door
unlock
to
the
Dark
portals
Soul.
and move on.
Believe me, I've tried. But a shadow man, or something even more
A Shadow
powerful,
Man, that's me.
has
I can do
nothing
that.
to do. Release the dark soul and taste
At first I thought this game was linked to Shadowrun, but I guess not.
Thank goodness no.
and
No relation.
Okay. Let's just get this thing over with. You got my stuff?
right here.
Jesus, Luke. He's alive. Alive and in pain. I gotta help him.
He's dead, Mike. You know that.
I know, but I saw.
It's understandable that you still have strong feelings for your brother. That's why the bear works for you.
Right, so the bear is like his communication device that lets him sort of activate his powers, and I think later on it turns into like a teleportation unit.
He's got something to show you.
Wow, nice.
Okay.
And Mike,
Yeah.
I don't mean that
Technology,
literally,
man.
like you just use it as a menu to get to other places, but I don't think that's for a while. It's been a bunch of years since I've played this last, so it's actually a lot of the memories of it are faded a bit, so it'll be cool to go back to these spots that I sort of remember and trigger those
there's no time to waste.
fun experiences that I had with the game.
Go dead side.
At least she's fine with you taking your shit. Doesn't
Right.
seem to care.
So I have my gun now. That's good. So I should be able to murder those dogs.
Murder is the good word.
Not sure exactly why they hate me, considering I'm here with her, so they should not want to kill me, but if they want to, then, you know, so be it. And we'll make our way back out.
But she loves them, don't do it.
Well, you know, if they threaten my life... Whoa, they're long-ass dogs. They're, like, super stretchy. I'll try to avoid murdering them for now, but if I need to, then I will.
Yeah. At least they're not as bad as the Resident Evil 4 dogs. Ugh.
I thought you were going to say the Resident Evil 1 dog. Dogs.
Them too. If I remember correctly, they can one-hit kill you, right?
I guess it's possible, I don't know. But I remember that instance of that scare, like jump scare, was probably one of the scariest things I've ever seen when I was a little kid. Like, that was the closest I've ever come to peeing myself.
I mean, it's the hands through the window. Ugh.
I just had no clue, like, that would even happen. Oh, how do I holster? I gotta put my gun up. There we go. Because I hadn't really seen anything like Resident Evil before. I'd only, like, heard about it and read about it in magazines, so I had no idea that it was going to be actually, like, jump scares like that.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's only the old games that gets me.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
The new ones, they keep trying, but it doesn't work.
They try too hard most of the time is why.
Because they don't understand how, you know, the atmosphere.
Yeah, they gotta build
works.
tension.
It's not working.
Here we go.
Also, they need to stop trying to scare us with things we can kill. It's not working.
Yeah, build some of the tension by removing the control away from the player. And I think developers are so often torn between making an action game and making a horror game, and usually they'd rather prefer to opt on the safe side and let it be an action game so it can pull in more people.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate.
So far, I'm gonna have to give credit to the camera system. It's not like trying to kill you. That's good.
Yeah, it's not awful, and it's really good that it's not too awful, because if it was, I wouldn't be able to do very much with this game. It's really important that you're able to see where you're jumping, because there's actually like some moving parts and stuff later on that you need to be able to navigate. Okay, I gotta murder these dogs.
No, not the dogs! Oh, they take like dozens of shots.
Really
what is
tough.
this? But they're
I actually
stuck
feel
now.
kind of bad doing this, but... Oh,
No!
and then they skid everywhere. I forgot to tell you how violent this game was.
I love this game now.
There's actually a part later on where you find that one of the serial killers has like flayed skin off of people and left them around his apartment like rugs, and you can step in it and it makes this horrible squishing sound. I've never forgotten it.
Oh man. Go classics.
Oh right, I forgot the crocodiles. Yeah, these guys gotta go. They're really tough.
Fortunately for you, you have Tomb Raider style's infinite pistols.
Yep.
Never goes away.
Yeah, I wish I had a shotgun already, but, you know, gotta make do. Infinite ammo's good. And there is a lock-on system, which I've neglected to use so far.
Oh,
I actually
nice.
need to change some of the keybinds around. I need this to be on a more reasonable button, but there it is.
Yeah, well, this crash rate actually looks like the one in Devil May Cry. Not even kidding.
Yeah.
Only it's blue, but the shape it's pretty much the same.
My time here. I should just use Luke's bear and go dead side.
Oh, he was just giving me a hint and I wasn't even paying attention. He said I can use Luke's bear to go to dead side, and that'll actually sort of open up the next place that I need to be. So maybe I should actually listen to him and do that. There's an inventory also, and you can see how many of these cadeaux you've gotten. How do you say that?
Kado. It's
Cadeau.
a gift.
Okay.
It's a Kado. It's like saying K-A-D-O.
Got it. Yeah, there's a lot of actual like Creole and Cajun stuff going on in this, so actually having your French abilities will be helpful here.
So what just happened?
I went to dead side, so it looks the same, but it's not. And now... Oh, no I didn't. I should have changed my pistol over, shouldn't I? What's going on? I thought I knew it was up, but I don't. Here, I selected the wrong button, that's why. I picked
Okay.
Light Side World of Bayou Paradis. I meant to do that and go to the Morrow Gates.
French words are weird in that when a word ends with a S, usually you don't say it.
So how would I say that?
Paradis.
Paradis, okay.
French people and baguettes and stuff. It makes no sense.
So this will be an informational Let's Play in addition to be entertaining.
Oh yeah.
There's the skeleton snake I was talking about with the hat.
Oh nice.
He actually plays a pretty big role in the game as well.
He got some style, man.
Unctuous coilings, that's a good word. Alright, so now you can see his glowing eyes and stuff.
Yeah. He pretty much plays the role of the cat in Alice.
Yeah.
You know, the violent version that we have to show.
Alright, so now I've got the proper gun here, and you can see it shoots these blue plasma beam type bolts.
And
I'm
you don't
walking
have a
around
shirt
in
anymore.
A river of blood right now.
Nice.
And there's all kinds of zombie kind of dudes walking around, and I can make them explode.
It's like the birdie made that game.
And they actually drop health for me, so that's good. And there's more coming after me, I don't really care, they're not that fast. And I don't actually get anything from murdering the regular ones. But there are definitely some crazier enemies later on.
I believe you. Hello, Snake.
And the constant cutscenes will definitely simmer down after a while. They're just trying to set up a lot of kind of confusing story stuff.
Whatever, Mick, it's good to see you again. Seems like simply ages since I last set.
But you gotta love this crazy character design. I mean, it's really strange.
I suppose
yeah.
You've been away dallying with the old battle axe, giving her one with some of that righteous voodoo so she can stay forever young.
Something like that.
She's been
Something like
And
that.
I bet he sounds good.
Oh yeah, he's got a deep voice. Or you mean the snake?
Yeah, the snake.
Oh yeah, he's got a nice Irish accent.
Well, for once I think the
What the fuck?
It actually
Okay.
works somehow. You gotta hear it.
How could I miss it?
I'm gonna hear it as soon as you put it up.
Painter blokey was just telling me the other day that he thought it looked remarkably like a picture he once did.
Is that Peter Brigel?
No, Seamus, his distant Irish cousin. Anyways, he was quite shocked, so he was, at the terrible mess that bloody thing's made. Appeared out of nowhere and tearing its way through the place like there's no tomorrow. Which, given what Nettie's saying, might not be too far from the truth.
Any idea what's going on in there?
Nope, and I shan't be knocking on the front door to find out neither. All I'd say is, if there's
Man, I wish somebody made a high-def pack for this, like a texture pack.
Nettie mentioned the Dark Souls. Can you tell me any more about them?
Slightly shaved off some of the points on his shoulders too would be nice.
Suffice it to say, Nettie's told me that they're bloody powerful, well nigh indestructible, and shouldn't fall into the wrong hands.
Any idea where they might be?
What am I, a Dark Soul?
Well, you know, 2K is doing this with XCOM. Does it makes me happy? No, no.
Well, yeah, but they're totally making it into a new game, right? I mean, it's not anything like the old one.
Like Nettie was saying, some of them already have, which is all the more reason for me to be pushing on.
It's pretty much gonna be XCOM Halo.
Right.
Gears of War.
Open the gates, Jaunty.
They showed a couple of screenshots. I thought it looked okay. I don't know. I guess I need to hear more about it.
Alright, keep your bloody hair on. Which, looking at your shining bonds, may prove to be rather difficult. Open sesame!
Alright, so he controls the gates to Dead Side, and he just opened them for me because he's a super awesome snake. And I'm gonna go see what kind of mischief I can get into in there.
With snakes.
Man, always trust the snakes. It's always good for you.
I agree. So I think that's
Every
a good
single
spot
time.
to wrap up the first episode. And I will be back shortly with another one, and we will actually get into the proper game and start seeing what the Dead Side has in store for us. And it gets more interesting as you go on. So, thanks very much for watching, and this is Nick and Anza signing out. We'll see you next time.
Snake Eater.